heroes brewed in liberating strife, who more themselves their country love, and mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy gold refine, till all success be nobleness, and every grace divine. Excuse me while I put my ukulele down. Welcome. Tonight I'm kind of combining my frontier folk singing with William Baxter podcast, which I do here on my YouTube channel, and the web speech platform podcast, which is Off the Cuff Speaking, which I do on Facebook on my home page. I just sang the third stanza of America the Beautiful, which was written by Kathy Lee Bates. And this was history that was made right here in Colorado Springs, where I live, and nearby. In fact, we have a city park in downtown named after the patriotic song, which was up for America the Beautiful. I mean, the national anthem. Well, the Star Spangled Banner won out on on what was selected as our national anthem, but still, nothing compares the greatness, the beauty, and the splendor of the United States of America like America the Beautiful does. And I picked the third verse because one of the aspects of America being great and beautiful were the various heroes that put their lives on the line and even reputations, and were willing to risk it all by making America great. Like the Sons of Liberty, like George Washington and the Continental Army, they put their lives on the line to bring freedom to America and independence and free themselves from the tyranny of Great Britain. And there's Daniel Webster, who was asked by Henry Clay to give a speech in Congress about the Compromise of 1950. And Webster knew that he was putting everything, all his political ambitions and his reputation on the line if he gave that speech, because there would be parts of his speech that would be under attack by one side or the other. But what he did was he kept as his number one priority preserving the Union in America over his own political ambitions. So no matter what happened to him, he felt the Union had to be preserved. Well, yeah, it did damage his political career somewhat. But we remember him today for his heroism and the fact that the Civil War was prolonged for another 10 years. We were on the brink of Civil War in 1850, but it was prolonged for about 10 or 11 years because of the efforts of Daniel Webster. And tonight I'd like to talk about our recent heroes that are putting a lot on the line so that Americans come first and so America can be great again. As you know, in the last 4 years, through the Biden administration, we were no longer energy independent and we had to rely on other countries for fossil fuel. And this administration opened up the borders. So throughout the 4 years, we've had over 3 million illegal immigrants sojourning here in America. A lot of them were drug cartels, which unleashed a lot of terror, and some of them were violent criminals, which put a lot of American lives in danger. We all know the story of Laken Riley, who was killed, who had a promising life ahead of her and was killed at the hands of an illegal immigrant that the Biden administration permitted to stay in our country illegally. And there was the weaponization of the Department of Justice, headed by Merrick Garland, and the FBI, headed up by Christopher Wray. And part of the Biden administration, it was aimed at their political opponents, weaponized against their political opponents. Well, changes needed to be made. I have as you know, a patriotic single that came out in late 2018 called the American Patriotic Medley, which combines 5 patriotic songs, a medley of 5 songs. You have Yankee Doodle Dandy, you have Yankee Doodle from the American Revolution, you have the trio from Stars and Stripes Forever, Over There, which is a World War I song, and You're a Grand Old Flag. 3 of those songs were written by George M. Cohan, and all 5 of those songs are in the public domain, so I was able to make a single recording of that medley. And I use it sometimes. I dedicate that song to modern day American patriots who are doing an awful lot and putting a lot on the line to preserve our freedom and democracy and restore greatness to America from what has happened these last 4 years. Well, one of them I recently dedicated my record to was Pam Bondi, who has become our Attorney General, and she is working hard to bring dignity and respect and honor back to the Department of Justice. And Kash Patel's another one who's trying to do the same thing and doing it to the FBI. He is our new FBI director, and he's doing a lot to bring honor back to the FBI, where it's no longer weaponized against Republicans and Donald Trump. And there's Tom Homan, who was our border czar, and he's not messing around. He and Donald Trump and the Director of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, are busy at work rounding up illegal aliens and infiltrating sanctuary cities, and a lot of people have been returned to their countries. and the border has been closed down more and more. The border in this last month is in better condition than it has been in a long time. And all this happened because Tom Homan, Cash Patel, and Pam Bondi are putting a lot on the line, their reputations, and putting America first. Then there are a couple other dedications I made. One, who is Elon Musk, who's the head of the X, which used to be Twitter, and DOGE. And what he's been doing, he has no actual position necessarily, but he's looking into where a lot of our tax money has been going and why some Democratic politicians who make between 180 and 200,000 a year are becoming multi-millionaires in just a few years. And in this last month, Elon Musk and his team has uncovered a lot, and he's constantly under attack. But he loves America, and he's putting America first, and he wants to join Donald Trump and his cabinet in making America great again. And then, of course, I dedicated my song to Donald Trump and Melania, who have not wasted any time, and they're not messing around. They've done a lot in helping keep our border secure in unweaponizing the Department of Justice and FBI with the help of Pam Bondi and Cash Patel. And eventually, he's going to keep his promise of drill, baby, drill. And then we should see the price of gasoline going down. But he's accomplished more in this last month with these other 4 or 5 people I dedicated my song to and making America great. More than the Biden administration and his cabinet did in their entire 4-year term. And so I've dedicated my patriotic single to Pam Bondi, Cash Patel, Elon Musk, Tom Homan, and the 47th president of the United States and the First Lady, Donald and Melania Trump. And I stand as an American citizen. I stand behind all these people 100%. And I'm part of the majority. And the majority, we the people, is the majority. And they stand with these 5 people, 6 people, 100%. And the people that don't represent the minority, and they neither represent we the people or America. God bless Donald Trump and all the leaders who have done so much this last month to make America great again. And that's why I dedicate my single record. And I will have other song dedications in the near future. I hope you all had a good weekend. This is Web Speech Platform and Frontier Folk Singing with William Baxter, and I'm Web Claus. Can't you tell? You all have a good night now.